What is up, guys? Back again with another Python tutorial. So today we're going to be working with tuples. So let's go ahead and get started. So tuples is another collection which is ordered and is unchangeable. So that means you cannot, once you create a tuple, you cannot change it. So it is also immutable. So let's go ahead and create one just to see what it looks like. So the first thing you need to do is make sure you provide a name of the tuple that you want and set it equal to parentheses, and then you can go ahead and add the values that you want inside of the tuple. So you can have a mixture of different data types inside of here. We'll go with a number, we'll add a string. Let's go with the string, and then let's just add one more thing on the end with a decimal place. Alright, so now that I have created this tuple, I cannot change any of the values that is inside of this tuple, and I cannot remove any values either. So let's just see what is inside of our tuple, and let's run it. And as you can see, this is how you're able to print out the values that are inside of the tuple. So these are our values, and then now that we have a tuple created, in order to be able to access certain items that are inside of the tuple, we need to use square brackets. If we want to be able to get the scooter string out of here, we need to use square brackets, and we need to provide what index we want out of the tuple. So in the way you do that, you provide the name of the tuple, you give it the index that you want to get out of the tuple, and then print it out. So as we can see here, just like with all things in like an arrays, it starts at 0, not 1. So 0, 1, 2. So if we want to get scooter, we put 1 in here. So let's go ahead and get that out, and as you can see, there it is, scooter. You also can use negative indexing in order to be able to get that items out of the tuple. So if I want to be able to get this last one right here, all you have to do is put a negative in front of the number, and it will go in the reversed order. And as you can see, I got the last item at the end. And if I want to be able to get this item right here, it just goes -1, -2, -3. See that? And bam, there it is. Now you also let's go ahead and add a few more items in here just to make the tuple a little bit bigger. Now you have to do this whenever you are instantiating this. You cannot just go and just add more items to the tuple further into the code. So you have to do this at the top when you are instantiating the tuple. So if I want to be able to get a range of indexes out, so say if I wanted to be able to get I need it from scooter all the way up until here, I simply only have to do is I need a 1 because this is where I need to start it, and then I want to go all the way until, let's see, 2, 3, and then I need 4. So the way that the range works, it goes all the way up until the number that you want. It'll be 1 less than the number that you want. So I need to do, if I want just these 3 in the middle, I need to make sure I'm going from 1, 2, 3. But if I put 3 in here, it's only going to give me up to here. So I need to make sure I put 4 in here in order to get this value here. So let's go ahead and print this out. And as you can see, I was able to get all 3 of those values out of here. Right here. I was able to get all 3 of those. So whenever you're doing the range, you need to provide where you want it to start and then where you want it to stop, +1, I guess would be an easier way to saying that. So if I wanted to get this last value out, I want to put in 5. So yeah, see there? That's how you do it. Alright, so you can also do negative indexing. getting a range of negative indexes. So the way that you do that is you just give it a tuple. Oh, first we can print it out and provide the range of where you want it to start in the negative direction. So let's say we want to be able to start here, and we want to take the 3 in the middle using negative indexing. So look at it in the reverse order: -1, -2, -3, -4. So that's what we do in order to get that first value when you're slicing in the negative direction. Now the way that this works in the negative direction is the last value that you provide is not going to be included. So if we want to be able to get these 3 in the middle, it will look like -1, -2, -3. So this is -3, this is -2. Now we want to go 1 extra space over in order to ensure that we get this value here. So we're going to provide -1. So when we go to print this out, and let's see what we get. And as you can see there, we got all of the values in the middle by doing this here. So that is a negative index. Get a range of negative indexes by slicing using negative numbers. Alright, so if you want to be able to loop through a tuple, let's bring that back. If you want to be able to loop through a tuple, all you have to do is use a for loop. So let's do for x in tup and the colon, and then we can print out all of the values that are inside of the tuple. So if you run it, you can see there we got all of the different values that are inside of our tuple. And then also too, if you want to be able to check to see if you have a certain value inside of your tuple, it can check to see if that value exists. So all you got to do is type in if whatever it is that you want to see inside of your tuple. So we'll do if scooter is in tup, then we want to print out yes, it is in the tuple. So let's run that, and as you can see, scooter is in the tuple. Let's try just one of the other things. And as you can see there, yes, it is in the tuple. Also too, you can check to see the length of the tuple. So by using the len function, you can check to see how big it is or how many elements are inside of your tuple. So you can see we have 5 elements that are inside of there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then like I said before, you cannot add items into the tuple. Once you create it, you cannot remove or change anything inside of the tuple. It is created forever, and that is it. You also, let's see here, there's one more thing you can do with the tuple is you can merge them together. So if you have 2 tuples and you want to combine them together and create one, you just simply use a join statement, or what do you call it, a join between the two. So you can do this. So tup3, you can basically just add them together. So we got tup and then plus tup2, and that will create our tup3. So let's see what we got here. Whoops. And as you can see, it combined both of these tuples together and created just one. So that is just a quick tutorial on how to use tuples in Python. Wanted to try to make it short and quick. So stay tuned, I got more tutorials coming, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.